remember everything. You make Gaslight District, yes. More time, Seagull. Gaslight District. What was the music video that I saw years ago? It's probably a little Dirk, Kanye crazy. I did a bunch of stuff in the rap scene. Oh. Watched your pilot. It was one of the most original, inventive things I've seen in a long time. Looking forward to whatever you make in the future. If you were a Juice World Extentation guy, I would have been from one of those, maybe. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Gaslight District yet. Sorry I haven't seen it yet. But I will definitely watch it, man. Congrats. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking sick, dude. But I'd love to talk to you about your experience with Glitch. Because I don't know anyone in that world. I don't know anyone in that world who knows those guys. The Glitch dudes. The closest connection I have is that I applied to be a writer on the Owl House years ago. And I didn't get the gig. Yeah, are you down to jump on the Discord and talk about it? I'm so curious about Lich as an entity. All right, yeah, check out in the Discord, there's a channel called Twitch Chat. Oh, cool. You're in there. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn off the relaxing meta.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you? Yeah.
Well, let me turn up the... Hold on. Let me turn up your voice. Let me hear you again.
Oh, am I a little quiet?
I think that should be good.
I can make myself a little louder too. How's this sound? Is this better?
Yes. Okay, cool. Well, let me hear your story about how you developed Gaslight District and how you got it into the eyes of the glitch people.
Yeah, so I was like super lucky because I was working on like music videos for a while. I was doing that from like Montreal, so like life here is pretty cheap compared to like LA and a lot of these other places.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of really easy to save up money working there because it was like, music industry is kind of really good, and it was during COVID, so all these rappers couldn't film because of the like, 5 foot rule or whatever. So they all were nerds and all wanted like anime music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that with my buddies for about like 3 years, and then I wanted to like pivot
Mm-hmm.
into the kind of indie space. So that's when I started doing like stuff on Hell of a Boss and like Has Been. And
Okay.
do you know the game? Do you know Ina by
Yes.
chance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, Ina's awesome. I did stuff for the game on that,
Okay.
and I just was like expanding my reach, just like meeting people, reaching out the same way, like I kind of reached out to you, and we talked a little bit and stuff like that. Just kept on doing that more,
Yeah.
and it
Okay.
just,
Now I remember. I remember the thing you shared with me.
mhm.
Fuck. Wait. I have a memory of it, and it was like I think you were doing like 3D stuff, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I built 3D pipelines for a lot of these people.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like tune shaded 3D pipelines and stuff. And I think I vaguely remember you suggesting I apply for like a comp gig because you saw some of the comp stuff I was doing with
Yeah.
like Titmouse or something. You sent me like some job applications. Those
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere, sadly, but
But I
um,
remember there was a heavy hip hop influence to
yeah,
like graffiti style, kind of graffiti hip hop influence to your work.
mhm,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you were making sort of like abstract, kind of like mood piece kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That was like heavily hip hop influence, graffiti influence. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now
Hmm.
my memory's back.
Yeah, no worries.
But I remember, I was like, oh, part time Seagull. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
But I was like, what? Um, but yeah, Ina, that's probably of all those things my favorite of
No, definitely.
the.
That feels like it aligns with your taste so
Yeah,
well.
yeah. When I saw that, I actually was like pretty drawn to it.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, of these like things that are blowing up on the internet, on YouTube and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this one's the probably the coolest one.
Yeah. No, it was
Uh,
probably like one of my favorite ones to work on. It was just so
yeah.
like Joel, the creator of it, would just let me kind of go hog wild with the whole environment, which was super nice.
Mm.
So that's gonna come out in the second game, and that's gonna be like really cool to in chapter two. It's gonna be really cool to show off and stuff. But right now, it's still under wraps.
Cool. So okay, so you were making music videos with
Yeah.
your buddies. You got involved
Hmm.
in like working on Ina and some has-been stuff
Yeah.
and doing 3D pipelines and stuff like that,
Hmm.
you said,
Yeah.
for some of these
Yeah.
productions. And then yeah, then what happened after that?
I saved up a little nest egg for myself, and I kind of just spent a whole. I like quit everything. I did like a gig at Disney, which paid really really well,
Mm.
and then I was like, okay, I'm quitting all this shit. I'm just gonna like sit on my money for a year and just work on like developing Gaslight because that was just like the thing I've been wanting to do for so long.
Yeah.
And I was working on a trailer that was like 1 minute long. That was just kind of like the characters in situations that I thought would be really fun,
Hmm.
and my buddies all gave me shit because I didn't like advertise it anywhere,
Hmm.
and I was just kind of doing it alone and just like in my room, and they gave me some shit for it. So I put together a smaller like teaser trailer
Hmm.
that was like only using like 3 shots and a bunch of cool text and some music I commissioned for
Hmm.
like the actual show itself.
Hmm.
And I got really lucky. My Twitter account was like a dead account. I like never posted, but it blew up overnight, and it got the attention of like Jorge Gutierrez and stuff like
Yes.
that.
The
Yeah,
Book of Life guy?
yeah, the Book of Life guy. So like
Yeah.
he founded a bunch of other like cool kind of directors founded, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the first project that kind of like popped off, and I felt very very grateful. And then Glitch reached out,
Mm.
and at the time only Murder Drones was out, only the first episode of Murder Drones.
Yeah.
So it was like really interesting because I was like, are they going to be able to do it? Because at the time it was all like mocap, and
Yeah.
like the team was really really small, and like I was just like, is this going to be a good fit? And then I heard that Gooseworks was making Digital Circus with them,
Yeah.
and I was like, I know Goose's work.
Yeah.
if they're, and like I liked their work a lot, so I was like, I could tell if Digital Circus was going to be like a Goose project or feel like Glitch was kind of really heavily influencing it. And when
Right.
that teaser came out, it felt like a Gooseworks project, and I was
Mm.
like, oh, okay, I can totally trust this place. And it
Yeah.
was like key animated, hand animated, and stuff, and I was like, okay, clearly they're growing. I'm super down. And then Digital Circus exploded, and it was like, okay, easy peasy. And then I got to make my show, which was really cool. And the process for that was really simple because Glitch just, if they think something's cool as hell, they just kind of take it.
Yeah.
And I just passionately talk about the project, and they just vibed with it incredibly well. And we just started making it. It was pretty cool, pretty weird, pretty easy, pretty
Yeah.
simple process. Yeah.
So what so you made your you made your like initial thing with them. It's like done.
The pilot is done now. I'm working on the rest of the show.
Okay. So they're like, we're good. We're going to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's
I've
fucking
like written the
crazy,
whole
dude.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's fucking crazy. I'm so grateful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. I'm working my ass off, but
Yeah,
like,
I bet. So how
yeah,
many episodes did you have to write?
eight,
Eight
eight whole
episodes.
like 23-minute episodes. Yeah.
And did they ask you to write scripts?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I wrote the first three alone,
Mm-hmm.
and then Olin Rogers, the like Final Space creator and
Oh
like old
yeah.
YouTube guy,
Yeah.
yeah, he joined in because he really enjoyed the pilot, and he wanted to help me kind of like, he is just a seasoned writer, and he was
Yeah.
just like, look, I can help you. Like, you're clearly like an art guy first.
Yeah.
Let's figure out your voice in writing.
Mm.
And he helped me write all the rest of the episodes with like kind of a light hand. He just
Yeah.
kind of let me go nuts, and then would like structure the episodes, and like
Yeah.
he was really patient with me. It was really sweet, really really nice.
Mm.
And then I wrote the whole thing, so now it's written, and then I'm like deep into storyboards on like episode like 7. It's crazy.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
just or is it just you storyboarding it, or are you?
I've I have a team. I have
Yeah.
three storyboard artists,
Mm-hmm.
but I like to thumbnail my stuff. Like,
Right.
uh, my favorite director is Imaishi, like from Studio Trigger and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have all his like storyboard like thumbnail books,
Mm-hmm.
and those are like those are my gospel, dude.
Yeah.
They're like so rough and kind of sketchy and kind of shit
Yeah.
in like a charm. Like the ideas are down really well, and then it's like on other people to execute it and like draw
Right.
it and clean it up and
I've
stuff. So
heard
right now I'm
that.
like thumbnail zone. Yeah.
I've heard that
Mhm.
Christy Caracas is like that too. I've heard. Anyway,
I don't know Christy Caracas.
he made Super Jail. If you ever saw that.
Oh, cool. Yes. Awesome. Okay, very
So
cool.
he would just rough
Yeah.
out stuff, super rough, like
Yeah.
barely legible
Mhm,
kind of
mhm.
stuff. And
That's
then
my vibe.
and then he had a team that would sort of like realize it.
Yeah. If there's
Um,
very specific moments, I'll like storyboard those because I'll just like really want to. But my time is really thin right now because it's like directing animation, directing assets. It's like a 3D show. So there's so much pre-production that goes into it.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, yeah. And how hard it was going from being a person who's like independent animator, you know,
Yeah.
you did work on some pipeline shows, so you experienced what it's like to work on a like a staggered timeline kind of thing.
Mhm.
So you had experience, but you hadn't like done it yourself, you know, run a show yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, oh fuck, like we're fucking understaffed, or you know what I mean, start to like
Yes.
panic and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Where, yeah,
I've lost my mind a ton of times during production.
yeah.
But there like I was talking to Liam a ton. He's the Murder Drones creator, and like
Mhm.
just kind of getting his experience from it. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna lose your mind. But like it's slowly with time, Glitch was like getting bigger and growing slowly and slowly. And now I have like my old high school buddy who's my asset and like art director and stuff. So
Yeah.
he's been taking a huge light off, like
Mm.
a load off my shoulders, and I can really trust him. And now I got like an animation director,
Yeah,
and it's just like slowly getting more people to just help out with the whole thing.
yeah,
Because when I was doing the pilot, I could do all that stuff alone. That was fine.
yeah,
I was able to do it with one episode. But the moment it was like, oh, now I'm working on 5 episodes at once, holy shit, I'm dying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the question. I don't know if you have insight into this because I'm so curious about Glitch as a company.
Yeah.
And how I obviously they have this huge fan base, and probably from they probably have a huge nest egg at this point because of Digital Circus going to theaters, and I think it like profited. I think it like did
Oh
really
yeah,
well.
super well.
Yeah. So now if they're managing their money right, they're probably fucking great, you know. But
Yeah, no, like the
making
resources that I have access to now,
yeah,
it's like really nice. Yeah,
but
really different from when I
making
started.
animation and making series is like super expensive, and no
Yeah,
matter how many corners you try to cut, it's still really expensive.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and I know they were selling like plushies,
Mhm.
but my question this whole time has always been like, how many plushies? Like, what the fuck? How do you sustain a whole company on plushies? You know?
Well, it's like the old like Mattel kind of branding
Yeah.
and like the Transformers era stuff. Like it's it's kind of I always ask like producers and stuff like how the hell shows like Scavenger's Reign makes money. Like they're incredible. Like
Hmm.
that's an incredible show. How does something like that make money when like you're not selling really ads on it? Because like HBO
Well,
Max, it's a
here's the
subscription,
problem.
right? Like how
Okay,
does that work?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the difference between a glitch and a Netflix. Is that
Hmm.
Netflix is just like they get this pot of money from subscriptions,
Yeah.
that the subscriptions aren't going towards a particular show. It's just the money they get from
Oh,
subscriptions.
I see.
And you know, and then they can see like where their ratings are, so maybe they can see
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, Stranger Things obviously is the reason why so many people are subscribing to Netflix, probably,
Hmm.
but it's not clear cut, you know.
Right.
And they just
Yeah.
get a set amount of money every month. There's
Mm.
not like, oh, you did like on cable, the cable version of this would be like friend like a show like Friends or whatever would get like
Yeah.
10 million, 15 million views a week or whatever. So then the advertisers would pay more money to be in that
I
slot and
see.
be in that
Yeah.
slot.
Yeah.
So Friends was just making bank, whereas a show that aired at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon might get really like, you could get
Oh,
really
I see.
a good deal on an ad slot there, because it's
Yeah.
like I'm not
Yeah.
paying that much to be to advertise during like a rerun of some show from the 80s or you know, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And so the
Yeah.
cable model was really a good way to make money if you had good
Hmm.
shows, but it doesn't exist anymore.
No. No, it's all merch now. It's all merch. Like all of like
Yeah.
YouTube indie animation stuff. It's all merch. Because I mean, like if you get a good supplier, I guess it's pretty cheap to make a plushie and you sell it for
Hmm.
however X like triple whatever the fuck and enough of those and you're chilling. And plus too like collabs and stuff like Digital Circus did a bunch of like pop-up stores
Mm.
and stuff and those do incredible. And then you do like collaborations with other products. It's weird, but
Yeah.
like if you look at Glitch, like every month there's like a new ad, like a new merch campaign, like every
Yeah.
few months and stuff. So it's like
Those
and
guys are
people are
so
obsessed.
of those
Yeah.
of all the like indie animation things happening, those guys seem to be
Mm.
the most like business savvy.
Oh yeah, they get
Like
it. Yeah, they super get it. Yeah.
I don't even
But
like most
mm,
animation people are not capable of being that with
no,
like with it.
no, not at all. Yeah, not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
But
Uh
no, Glitch, they're mainly like they're old YouTubers, right? Like they started with the SMG4 stuff, and that
yeah.
was like super cheap to produce, and they would make a bunch of merch for the longest time. That's how kind of Glitch was running off the SMG4 stuff, and then
Mm,
Murder Jones did quite well towards like the end, and Digital Circus did really well, and Gaslight's going to eventually do really well. Gameoverse did very well,
yeah.
very well. So it's like
Oh
all
yeah.
the plushes and that. It's all fandom based, right? Like that's the goal with these shows.
Yeah.
A show like what's a cool like art housey show? Like Midnight Gospel's
Hmm.
incredible,
Hmm.
but that's not like a fandom type of show. That's like it's like a beautiful little art piece, and it's like different from
Yeah,
fandom. Fandom's weird.
it
Yeah.
also wasn't Midnight Gospel wasn't trying to, it wasn't coming from fan culture. It's coming from
Yeah.
it's coming from an institution like Netflix being like,
Hmm.
here you go, here is a whole season of this,
Yeah.
and this is out of nowhere, out of context. Like
Yeah.
it's either you're gonna come across it and like it, but there's no build up to it really. Does that
No.
make sense?
No. Exactly.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no cultural foundation from which to become like obsessed with the
Yeah.
characters and all that kind of stuff, which is different than built up if you built up your world and your characters in public on YouTube or wherever, you know, on Newgrounds or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, I think it's completely different, which is, to me, it's like, okay, the glitch system I think is probably the future, but I don't know who else can do it. Like, I don't know who else is capable of the lightning in the bottle. It would be great if the glitch thing could be replicated, but
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
if
a one of a kind
I don't know if it
situation,
can.
really,
Who
because
knows? Right?
yeah, because Glitch got to like experiment a bit with these shows early because
Mm-hmm.
of like the SMG4 fan base that they built. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like that old. Do you know SMG4? Are you aware of
No.
like that?
Mm-mm.
It's like a shit post, a
Yeah.
stupid shit post show,
Okay.
and it's like really cheap. It's like Gary's mod, like just characters shaking around and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like people loved this thing, and it
Yeah.
like generated like enough money to sustain like murder drones for a bit, and like the early days of Digital Circus and like the early days of Gaslight,
Okay.
and then the shows slowly were able to sustain themselves,
Okay.
and
I know
that's hard to replicate.
I've
Yeah.
seen some murder drones, and I
Mhm.
watched like behind the scenes, like how they make it sustainably
Mhm.
or whatever, which I thought was pretty interesting, like all their
Yeah.
sort of like asset pack stuff
Yeah.
that they do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
which I actually was like, really, because I don't know much about 3D at all, so I was like, what?
Mhm.
Huh? Like, what? You're fucking
Yeah.
just getting trees from asset packs? I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense, like, you know, stuff like that.
It makes sense if the show is art directed in that way. Like
Yeah.
Glitch, when I pitched Gaslight, I told them I didn't want any asset packs or any of that stuff. I wanted like custom like art directed models and like
Yeah.
designs from the ground up, because that's just my thing. I love to like world build
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And if you're just taking from assets packs, it's kind of hard to build up on that. And like I wanted my funky textures. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted everything custom, because like, you know, I'm much more like out of all the like showrunners at Glitch, I'm kind of the most like a little, for better or for worse, like a little art snobby with it. I
Mm-hmm.
love my I love being artful with it all. You know what I mean? Like similar to like you, how you know your backgrounds and stuff are so particular, and you have your look and stuff. I'm building the same thing for myself,
Yeah.
and it was a little. They were a little nervous at the start because it was a bit ambitious and quite expensive, but then Digital
Yeah.
Circus popped the fuck off, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Okay, Nick, we can just give you what you want now."
That's
And it was like,
fucking
"Okay,
crazy.
thank you, Goose." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I worked
No,
on
it was just like a.
I never directed like a 3D. I mean, anytime I've used 3D in any of my personal work, I just
Mhm.
get someone who I think is a good 3D artist, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
can you do, you know, build a ship for this scene or whatever. And then
yeah,
I don't really tell them what to do, you know.
yeah. Just give
Where
them free range
yeah,
to just fuck
I'm like, I
around and make
like your
something cool.
stuff, just put that in my thing I'm working on, you know. But
Yes.
I worked on a commercial not too long ago that
Mhm.
was mostly 3D, and
Mhm.
that was my first time experiencing like a 3D pipeline that was like
Yeah.
professional and not as personal.
Mhm.
And it was a shock to, like,
Yeah, it's brutal.
I was supposed to be art directing this commercial. I felt like I could not art direct it. It was
Mhm.
very, very hard for me.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be fired like any second
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
job that was like 2 months. I was just like every day being like, when are they going to tell me I'm not qualified for
yeah.
this job? Because I don't know how to communicate to these 3D artists who are used to being communicated to in a certain way, and they're used to
Yeah.
grabbing stuff off of asset packs and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that was all a complete shock to me. And
Mhm.
how I communicate textures to them, like I was just doing drawings, like concept art,
Yeah.
and showing it to them, being like, make it look like this. And they're like, what are you I need to know what kind of metal you're talking about. Like I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know what you're saying, because and then they were pulling trees from asset packs, and I was like, wait,
Mhm.
I thought I was gonna paint the trees, and you were just gonna do
Yeah.
your best 3D approximation of that, like, you know.
Yeah.
I was completely shocked by the culture of 3D sort of like assembly.
Mhm.
So yeah, so you were like, it would have been interesting to have talked to you about that, like while I was working on a commercial like that, because
Mhm.
you're basically saying to me that you, based on like the way Murder Drones does it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're used
Yeah.
to this sort of certain type of 3D pipeline that's like
Yeah.
fast, quick, easy to iterate,
Mhm.
or easy to mix and match and sort of collage 3D parts
Like Kit
together.
Bash.
Yeah, kit
Yeah.
bashing kind
Yeah.
of thing. But you're like, I don't want to do that. And to be like, this is my way of doing it. It's more expensive, or
Yeah.
whatever. Uh, yeah, that's really interesting. Um,
What
and to
was
have the guts to be like, you know, uh, I have to do it this way or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm obnoxious in that. Like I need to
Yeah,
I'm so particular with my stuff. Like
yeah,
the goal was to originally just make the show alone with like a Kickstarter and stuff because I'm like I say that if you want to be a 3D artist, you're
hmm
either going to be like incredibly technical
hmm
because like 3D software is super super technical, but all your 2D art informs your 3D.
hmm
And like 3D art, if you start as a 3D artist, it doesn't really inform your 2D skills. It's really like a one path that informs. So a lot of these 3D artists are more technical artists than they are like, like the appeal and like 2D brained people. And like if you are a 2D artist and you do have a 2D background, you go into 3D, you're kind of like cracked. You're really lucky. And
hmm
I felt very lucky in that because I started as like a 2D artist and I worked my way into 3D because I'm from Montreal.
hmm
And like I wanted a gig when I graduated, and like Montreal doesn't really have a 2D like industry at all. It's all 3D. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna fucking learn 3D. And I found my way of enjoying it, which was like through toon shaded stuff and I got to build up my pipelines that way so I could easily express that stuff to the team at Glitch. And then they're like, oh, okay, we know how to do this without using too much effort. Like we would make stuff like a little low poly and then we'd like surface it in a certain way using these like artistic asset packs that we would build in-house.
hmm
So like I would paint a bunch of wood and
hmm
then we know what the wood looks like in the show, so they'd just be able to grab that wood. And the metal, it's like I'd paint a bunch of metal.
Yeah,
Like if I wanted really shiny metal or wanted this really rusty stuff, I'd just paint all that stuff and they would nab it, put it
yeah,
on the models and stuff. So it was like a lot of like front end work, but then it paid off in spades because now the team knows how to do all that stuff
yeah.
and it's really good. It
And
feels really good to
how is
direct.
that?
Yeah.
How is that with like render time and stuff like that
We do it all in Unreal.
in
So it's like
Unreal?
real time rendering. Yeah.
Oh
There's
fuck.
kind of nothing better than hopping into Unreal with like a lighting artist and like the
Yeah.
lighting is live and
hmm
just being like, yo, can we make this like a little softer here? Can you make the shadow like a little more blue? How does that look? That doesn't work. Make it more yellow. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. And it's
Okay.
like on the spot. It's live. It's very nice. Yeah. Very, very
Interesting.
nice.
Because I only know one other. I knew a Scottish animation company that was doing. They switched to Unreal, but
Yeah.
but they were doing like kids shows, like
Mm,
elementary kids shows. So I
yeah.
don't know. I didn't really pay attention to what. I met the dude who ran the company at Annecy, and he was like, yeah, I'm doing stuff and we switched to Unreal and we're doing everything that way and blah blah blah. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's interesting, but I didn't know what the advantages were because I don't know shit about 3D.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Did you start in Unreal? Is that
No.
no? Okay.
No. I learned it there because I was like, I make everything in Maya. So
Yeah.
that's what I went to school for, and that's what I built all my like shaders in and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like to do my toon shaded stuff, I use this like Japanese industry standard toon shader called Soft Pencil. That's how they made the like Evangelion movies and stuff.
Okay.
If you've seen those, like all the 3D in
Yeah.
modern anime is using that shader. And
Okay.
like, do you know Studio Orange at all?
No.
They're interesting. They make some pretty cool stuff. Their
Yeah.
3D is insane and it's incredibly like believable.
What do they
And I
do?
had like
What do they?
they did Beastars. They do what's it called? The Gem show. It's like a Land of the Illustrious. If you've seen that,
Okay. No, I haven't seen it.
yeah, yeah. No, that stuff is really interesting.
What's that shader called?
Soft Pencil.
Soft Pencil. In which program?
Yeah, Maya and Blender now.
Oh,
I think it's in
okay.
Blender now too.
Soft
Yeah,
Pencil.
it's really really good.
Because I use Blender.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be able to get it for Blender.
Okay.
It works just as good. Yeah, it's quite cool. I made all my original like Gaslight pilot stuff with that.
Do you use Blender at all?
I've used it for a couple shorts because I wanted to like transition over, but I'm I've been using Maya for like I think 10 years now.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
like
hard to break that
why
habit.
change? I mean, Maya is like the industry standard, so like why even?
Yeah, but Blender's so fucking good.
Yeah,
Like Blender's so good. And
yeah.
like I like Worthy Kids' stuff in Blender is insane. You know, have you seen
Worthy
his?
Kids is the
Yeah,
reason why I first started considering learning Blender.
3D, right? Yeah. He's
Yeah.
incredible. And his 3D is super cool. I can't do that stuff. I can do that stuff in Maya, but it requires like triple the amount of effort. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Okay.
That's why like I really like Blender and I'd love to transition over, but now I'm just so in the like writing and storyboard grind that I don't really have much like I don't have enough hands to be
Yeah.
practicing my 3D as much anymore.
Yeah, I'm spread so thin that it's like
Yeah.
I haven't touched Blender in months because I'm fucking just so stretched out. And actually there's someone I think maybe they're still in the chat, Bufano, has been helping me with 3D like Blender scenes that I'm working on.
Cool.
Because like they were Bufano helped me set up the lighting for the scene, and then I was gonna do grease pencil 2D animation in the scene, but then I was like, do you just want to fucking do it? Because I haven't touched Blender in like 3 months, and I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be feel like starting from scratch. Like, I just then luckily Bufano was like down to do it, so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I every time I jump back into Blender, I feel like I'm kind of half relearning it, even though I've got like a wall full of notes and stuff and reminders of how to do things in Blender. But it's so
definitely.
It's for me, it's so overwhelming. I'm such a 2D brained dude. I am trying slowly to integrate 3D stuff into my work, but it's a slow process. Yeah, that cool, man. I would love to see your pipeline, like the way that you're handling 3D stuff, because this thing I'm storyboarding right now is it's going to be 3D.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like I'm working with this company called Bardo, and
oh yeah, I know Bardo. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing 3D tests now, but their whole thing is like they keep talking to me about render times and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like trying to think of like, how can we do this? How can we pull this off? Like when we pitch it to like money people, where we'd be like, we can do this for cheap, it's gonna look sick, it's not gonna look like the fucking Ghibli witches, whatever, Goro's.
Mary and the Witch's Flower.
It's not gonna look like Goro's 3D film. It's actually gonna look dope, you know. Like, and we can do it for cheap, and you know, and it'll still have the like artistic vision. It won't just look, you know, all that kind of stuff. Bardo, those guys come from commercial animation. And so they know what they're doing, but I think they're used to working with big budget commercial spots, you know, and they're not they haven't done TV, and I think that's the sort of thing we're trying to figure out, like, oh yeah, well, we could blow a huge chunk of change just making one scene of this, or we could figure out like a really efficient 3D pipeline that still looks good, you know. So that's kind of what I'm stressing out about.
That's cool. Is it for forming?
Yeah, for forming.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah,
very sick. That being that's gonna be a lot of assets. But I mean, if the style is simple, is it gonna be like kind of flat colored with that kind of like airbrush look that you got on it?
We don't know. We have no idea.
Don't know.
We've done one test. We've done like, we hired this 3D artist to like do a VizDev pass, and the stuff he sent was cool, but I don't know. I'm like, when I look at that, I'm just like, wait, can we actually
do this big scale?
Yeah, could we do this big scale with all the characters? And I think some of the environment, we're thinking about maybe making the environments 2D and the characters 3D. maybe. I don't know.
Environments are expensive. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Especially like I can just tell you your environments
yeah,
are going to be fucking expensive.
yeah,
If they're as like
yeah,
rich as like Jesus 2 or whatever, like
yeah.
that's going to be fucking nuts. But if you build like a kit bash,
Hmm.
it could be a little simpler, it could be a little cheaper, and it depends like do you want it to be tune shaded like or just like kind of pseudo tune shaded? Like how do you want the kind of vibe
I
to be?
don't know.
Don't know,
We
eh?
don't know.
Mm.
Like none of us know. Like the thing is, we don't. I think the thing that we came to a conclusion about is that we don't want it to look like an approximation of the comic.
Okay, you want it to be like a
It's
distinct have a distinct look from it.
its own thing. Like make it look like its
Mm.
own, like inspired by the comic, but not trying to look like an indie comic. You know,
Ah, okay, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if you want to read it, if you want to see the comic, you can just read the comic.
Ah,
So
okay.
why
So
not try to do like
you want
a
to elevate it in a certain way.
yeah, why not try to make something since it's in a different medium? Why not try to make it look like a different medium? You know, that's sort of
Okay.
yeah, 3D characters. I love 2D characters in 3D environments, but I don't know if I've have I seen too much 3D characters in 2D environment. I mean, the thing I worked on, the commercial I worked on has
Yeah.
3D characters in a 2D because I painted the backgrounds
Hmm.
for this commercial, but it hasn't come out yet and I haven't seen it. So I don't know if it came out good.
Okay. Yeah, you did your stuff and then dipped.
Yeah, because
Yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
so such an efficient like financial thing
Yeah.
that they were as soon as I was done painting the backgrounds, they're like, okay, you're off the job now, you know.
Okay.
So I don't know how it came out. Everyone wrote me afterwards being like, it looks great. So I'm like, okay, cool, can't wait to see it.
Just
But
gonna trust that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I man, maybe at some point you could like consult or something.
I would love to do that.
Uh
That'd be kind of really fun.
yeah, just like one day like meet up with my production team and just be like, this is how I would do it or whatever.
Yeah,
Just shooting the spitballing like ways to do something efficiently.
efficiently. Yeah, because like I'll send in the side chat some of my really early production work for Gaslight that I
Yeah.
made myself with some buddies. And this was like an incredibly efficient pipeline. Like I was making this alone. And
Yeah.
this is all 3D and stuff. So yeah, if you see on the side,
Okay.
like that stuff is all the look I was going for was like very much like old like Takeshi Koike, like Afro Samurai kind of
Yeah.
vibes with it and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like based off my drawings, I'll send some of the drawings that like I based the like 3D models off of and get a sense of just how like I translated the characters and stuff. So the big guy, the big fat guy getting shot up, that's Ken. And here's some of the old like production sketches I did for it, and he got translated quite well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, DM all that stuff. Any if you have time, I don't know how you're probably
Hey, dude, I would love to. I'm itching
yeah.
for like a little side gig right now too. Like I
Okay.
just love tinkering away at stuff.
Yeah, even if you just want to share like some key ideas or whatever, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And yeah, definitely send me your early concept stuff. I'd be like psyched to see the process. I'm always like
No,
I'm
sick.
definitely like thinking about the pipelines because I talk to these guys and they're cool and but I'm like, but you guys are used to having these unlimited commercial budgets. I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeah. What does it look like when you suddenly are strapped a
Yeah.
bit for like, just because, yeah, a show, you got to make so fucking much, dude.
Yeah. How's everything else going? How I mean like so you're how
Mhm.
many episodes deep into storyboarding right now, you said?
Episode 7. So
Oh,
I'm deep. I'm almost done boarding the whole thing.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
you gotta approve animation dailies and stuff like that.
Yeah. I got my dailies for episode 2, which is like mainly lighting and
Hmm.
like animation and then like set dressing and assets and comp and VFX and
Yeah.
2D effects and just yeah, it goes on, but it's no, it's good. It's going good. I have a lot of
How
help
many
now.
hour days are you pulling, you think?
At my worst, it was like 12.
Yeah.
It was like those. I went to Australia for a bit because
Yeah.
Glitch is in Sydney,
Hmm.
and like I remember doing a couple days. This is when like production was really ramping up. I was of course choosing to do these days. Like
Yeah.
this was like because I wanted to be really good and stuff. No one was forcing me, of course. But
Yeah,
I
for
was I
sure.
was locking in at like 9 a.m. and I'd finish at like 4 a.m. some
Yeah.
days.
Nice.
Just because I was like just paint over after paint over of just like I want the lighting to look just particular. I love colors, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So like the lighting is so particular and stuff, and I'm just like I want the shadow to fall this kind of way. Can we do
Mm.
this? And then just like sitting with artists and stuff. No, it's intense,
And then
but
at the same time, you have to
yeah,
be storyboarding and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to write anymore. Like they
Yeah.
gave me, I'm the first show at Glitch that isn't being written at the same time as production.
Okay.
Yeah. So they gave me like 5 months to just kind of like write the whole thing so that way they could finish Digital Circus.
Hmm.
And now that Digital Circus is done, the whole team is back on me.
Wow.
So I got to just write it all and really get the vision down for the story. And I
Yeah.
storyboarded a scene today that was like probably like my favorite in the whole show. It's with like Jason's performance as Ken, and it was like just getting that scene in the
Mm.
voice acting booth was like insane. And I finally got to board it,
Yeah.
and it's I'm really proud of it.
Oh, so you're boarding it to a radio play of the script.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. I've done that before. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I do it a little both ways. Sometimes
Yeah.
though, like if a scene I'm like, "Ah, I don't know how this should feel, I'll like storyboard it first,
Hmm.
and then I'll get the dialogue in. But a lot of the time, I voice it all first.
You voice it all first.
Yeah,
Now, how do you
yeah,
feel? Because I've been doing that too. I've been voicing everything first and then
hmm,
timing. I'm basically building animatics as I go,
yeah,
and then sometimes I really, really, even though I don't consider myself a good actor, I'll try to get as close as I can to the spirit of what I'm thinking about, you know?
hmm,
But then when I get an actor, a professional actor to do it, I can't tell them
yeah.
like, I can't give them my exact line reads to mimic. They have to kind of do their
No,
own performance.
yeah.
So how do you handle that kind of thing?
I love as long as the soul of the performance is right,
Hmm.
I'm like really happy.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that comes from just like being a little cringe
Hmm.
and just going like this is how Ken feels right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like this is how he feels, this is the situation, this is what he's being cornered by, this is who he's talking to and why. And then like I'll kind of give like a pseudo um like have emphasize this word, emphasize that word, and have this part be slower, this part be a little quicker.
Hmm.
I always get the line on the page first. So I'll be like, just read the line as is,
Hmm.
get your ideas in. And then I'm like, okay, can you tinker it this way? Can you tinker it that way? Can you make it a little slower at the end? And then when I get what I'm happy with,
Hmm.
I go, okay, now just go ham and give me a bunch of options of things I would have never expected.
Hmm.
And sometimes a lot of that stuff just ends up getting in there. But these sessions go on for like hours. I'm
Okay.
like, I get so much material.
Yeah. Oh, your voice sessions.
Yeah, in my voice sessions, yeah.
Oh wow. And they're
Yeah.
cool with it?
I mean, they love it.
Yeah.
They're more than happy to. Most of the
Yeah.
time, they're used to just being like, okay, yeah, what's on the page? Okay, cool, move on.
Right.
I'll I'll push them. I push them a lot, but
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I really, I try to get like weird
Hmm.
performances out of them too. Sometimes I want the wrong performance a lot of the time
Yeah.
because the wrong performance will tell me what I do want, and
Yeah.
sometimes I won't know what I want until I hear the wrong thing.
That's right. Yeah. Sometimes you have to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get really like I'm so conflict averse, you know. I'm like so
Mm,
afraid of like hurting someone's feelings or like
yeah.
making someone upset. I'm very, very, very like I'm almost like I would compare it to Clint Eastwood. His
Mm,
style of directing is like he's like two takes and that's it.
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm very much. I've asked for more than two takes, um, but I probably don't go beyond five.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
I'll do 20
yeah.
sometimes.
So you're more Kubrick. You're more Kubrick.
A little bit. But I'm not like a control freak about it.
Yeah.
I'm like I want to do a bunch of takes. I
Hmm.
want to get what I need,
Yeah.
and then I'm like surprise me. Go like go higher with it, go lower with it, go sadder, go like
Hmm.
think about this as you're doing it. A lot of the times too, I want them to physically do the effort as they say it.
Hmm.
So, like, let's say someone's like swinging something or like someone's turning around. I'm like, can you actually just do the motion as you're doing it just to
Mm,
see how that feels?
yeah.
And I don't know, they love it. My actors, they love it. When I work with newer actors, they get a little intimidated because they think I don't like what they're giving me.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just go like, no, 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 this is totally like not personal. Like
Yeah.
just have fun. Like that's what we're here to do. We're just here to have fun.
Right. Cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's something I've always like. I sometimes actually I've been thinking if I do something more serialized, I would actually hire a voice director so I can just sit in the back and like
Yeah.
and like say something if I need to, but I've like deflected the responsibility of telling someone to do it again to someone
Yeah.
else because I have a really hard time with telling someone to do
Yeah.
something again. Like it's very I'm always like I'm always, even when it comes to animation and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'm always like sort of defaulting to the style of the artist I'm working with. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
that's why I always try to work with
People that really gel with your stuff.
people that I don't have to guide very much. You know,
Yeah.
if I feel like I need to tell you too many things, I'm probably not going to work with you
Ah,
because
yes.
for me
Yes.
that's super uncomfortable.
Yeah, well,
You
plus
know?
two, you want it to be effortless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's the ideal. That's absolutely the ideal. The
Yeah.
thing with Glitch that's different is that like I kind of just showed up and they had a team that they gave me. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
interesting. Yeah.
The voice actors, I chose my voice actors, of course.
Hmm.
But the team and stuff, it's all a bunch of people. Like one of my storyboard artists, like look at the show. Like
Hmm.
this is a show about like gangster zombies ripping each other to shreds.
Yeah.
And one of my storyboard artists is like a storyboard artist for play school shows and
Yeah.
stuff.
Hmm.
Uh like toddler shows.
Yeah.
And it's like that's never in a million years would I choose that portfolio.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about it is like they bring a really weird take to the show that I can work with and then
Yeah.
incorporate into the like identity of the show. So like the fact that this is such a like violent, gritty show, but I have like a really like younger feeling storyboard artist
Hmm.
on, it kind of brings in a flavor that you never expect. And like
Yeah.
at first it was a little weird, but then I learned to work with them, and then it was like now they direct some of my favorite scenes in the show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Hmm.
they're the most particular because it's like who would ever put that flavor together?
Yeah.
But that's the fun part, I guess. But I
Yeah.
do give
Being
them a
able
lot
to
of
be
notes.
open to, I mean,
Yeah,
ultimately making a cartoon, especially if you're making a series, is collaborative, right? So
yeah,
you have to accept things that are outside of your own what you would make. You know,
hmm
we have a team of people contributing. The best, I think, stew that occurs is when you allow for that thing, that outside sensibility to
yes,
infect your thing, you know,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then that gives a depth to the flavor that didn't exist before. If it's just this
yeah,
like mono sort of like singular idea, it loses, or it's not as rich. It's not going to be as rich as it could be.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's nice to encounter those sort of like unexpected.
no.
Um,
It also forced me to be able to communicate what I was after to someone whose aesthetic was totally not the same as mine.
yeah.
It like super forced me, which I guess got me really comfortable just asking for changes all the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because you figure out how to communicate it in ways that's just like, look, this isn't personal. It's just not right. We
Yeah,
can figure it out though together.
I know. I think I might be shell shocked from having worked on Midnight Gospel,
Hmm
and I need to be able to get that back because actually, well, when I was making Jesus 2, my producer Aaron was able to call
Yeah.
stuff. He was able to call stuff out, but I
Okay.
had a really hard time with it, and I haven't.
Mm,
It's a part of me that I kind of lost while making Midnight Gospel. Like
interesting.
when I was art directing it at first, I had came in with a big amount of confidence,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, Penn said I want it to look like your stuff." I'm like, "I'm fucking, let's go for it. Let's do it." You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like by halfway through the season, I I like started to have like an existential crisis,
Okay.
and working with all these really talented people who are who are bringing really cool visual ideas to the scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
After a while, the style of the show started to drift away from my style. You know, it started to become this whole other thing, which isn't bad. That's like, it was good. But I'd be sitting there being like, I don't know how to critique this, you know, because this is no longer within my realm of like what I would do.
Yeah.
And about that was about halfway through the show. And then I had to still be saying yes, no. I have to say redo this, make it more like this. And in my head, I was like, I'm just saying shit, you know? I'm just I'm just fucking talking just to talk because I have no idea what the fuck is good anymore. It's just like we're making this psychedelic thing and it's just like off the rails and I don't have control over it anymore.
Yeah, just lost in the sauce and it's taken identity of its own and it's just evolved in ways.
It took its own identity, you know? And then by the end of it, I started to feel again like I was like back in control a little bit.
Yeah.
But after I came out of that experience, I think I was really humbled by that experience. So I stopped having this sort of like Napoleonic like art complex or something.
Yeah.
And then even though I was pursuing my personal vision afterwards, like I was developing my art more and more and more in a certain direction, but that was all personal. It was just me. It was just me. So once I started to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make another thing, but I'm going to have a team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't have Aaron as my producer to call stuff out, it would have been fucking a disaster, you know?
Interesting. Well, it's good to have people you can trust around you because Howard,
Yeah.
like, sure, you were directing it, like art directing it and stuff, but like, you don't have all the answers. Like, there are so many times during the show where like I'll make a decision because I'm like, I want to try that. I feel like this is right. And like one of my storyboard artists will be like, I'm not too sure. And I'm like, okay, why? Let's talk about it right now. And like, let's figure it out. Cause like, I love to let people, like, I want people to be honest with me. If something I make is stinky garbage, I want them to be able to be comfortable to be like, hey, Nick, love you, bro, but I'm not vibing with this choice.
Yeah.
And if they can explain why, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll budge. A lot of the times I'll go, okay, wait, actually, I agree. Sometimes I'll go, I actually don't agree with this. Try this angle, please, and see if it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. It's hard.
It's hard to know when to stand your ground on stuff when people disagree with you, and when you're being collaborative and when you're being a tyrant or whatever.
Yeah.
And when you're so emotionally married to something that you can't see the forest for the trees or whatever.
Yes.
But I do think that there is something to be said about being stubborn and being somewhat tyrannical. When it comes, like, okay, the dumb example I think of when it comes to this kind of stuff, and this is so stupid, but I heard a interview with Mike Myers, the Wayne's World guy. And he had developed a notorious like reputation of being difficult to work with.
Oh yeah. Well, he was a nightmare on Austin Powers and stuff. Right?
Yeah. Like... So he had this reputation, and I think this was on maybe Mark Maron's podcast or something. I heard an interview with him where he talked about it. He talked about his reputation, and he was like, I understand. He was like, I understand why people felt that way about me. And but then he brought up, he was like, this is so dumb, but like he was like, in Wayne's World, the scene where they sing Bohemian Rhapsody in the car, which ends up being like one of the most iconic scenes in any comedy of all time. And the studio was like, no one listens to Queen anymore. Put something that's more contemporary. At the time, it was like Guns N' Roses were really big. And they're like, put a Guns N' Roses song in the car instead. So the studio was like strong arming Mike Myers to to use a Guns N' Roses track instead of a Queen track. And Mike Myers was like, you don't understand. This song is so ridiculous. That's the whole point, is that it's like, if I can't just use any song, it has to be.
Yeah, the point isn't that they're singing. The point is that this song is ridiculous and they're singing this song.
It has to be Bohemian Rhapsody. And he was willing to tank the whole, as in my memory of this, he was like, I'm willing to fucking burn this movie to the ground.
Holy shit.
It's gotta be Bohemian Rhapsody. You know what I mean? And they gave in. They were like, oh, you're such a fucking asshole. You're so hard to work with, you know? But he was like, but guess what? I was right, you know? And when I heard that story, I was like, okay, there is you have to know when to be disagreeable.
No, it's the when that's important.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're like that with everything, you're miserable.
Yes.
But if you're like that on the stuff that, like, there are aspects about Gaslight that I learned through developing.
Yeah.
Like the first few episodes, I was like incredibly, like, everything matters. The smallest little detail I was obsessive over. And then slowly I was like, well, maybe in this episode, this performance right here, this scene is what matters. The rest can be good. But I'm not gonna fight if I'm strapped for resources. The resources better fucking go here.
Yes.
Or else the episode doesn't work.
Yeah. I've worked for writer or like showrunners who were absolutely miserable, micromanaging fucking dickheads, and it's not fun.
No, it's not fun.
And I've worked under someone like Penn Ward, who's extremely open and collaborative. And Penn, there were a few times here and there where Penn stood his ground on something. You know, I remember he and I, there's like a time we both joke about where we got into a fight about this one scene, and I was like being very stubborn. I was like, no, Jake has to want to cheat on Lady Rainicorn or whatever, you know? And then Penn's like, Jake would never fucking cheat on Lady Rainicorn, you know?
That's awesome.
And then I was like, well, it's your show, you know? And then, you know, so I gave into it. I gave into Penn. Penn was just like, it's my show. I get to decide, you know, and that's where he was like, this is it. I'm standing my ground.
That mattered to him.
That mattered to him. And even though in every 99% of the time, Penn was like, I want you to express yourself. Like, he made me feel very empowered. He made a lot of the people on that show feel very empowered to be creative, awesome. You know. And so because he gave us that free bandwidth,
free reign,
we all felt obligated to bring our best to the table, you know. Absolutely. So I learned a lot from that, being like, if I'm ever in charge of a thing, I'm trying to give everyone this feeling of I can
agency.
Agency. And then hopefully with that feeling of agency, then they bring their best work to the table.
That is my exact philosophy as well. Dude. Like, have you seen Fully Cooley? Do you know what Fully Cooley? Yeah. So that's like my favorite show on the fucking planet. Yeah. And I love that each scene, each episode director, every like animator and stuff, it's just like, that's them. That's them shining through. It's like, you know, invisible to like a non-animator. Yeah. But like every scene and every shot it's all on model to a point that makes sense. But it's always, you can tell whose shot is whose. And that's my goal with like Gaslight and stuff. Cause and I'm really proud that the animation team and like the asset team and stuff, they're really proud to work on it. And they do give me their A game because, well, they get to experiment and fuck around. Yeah. And if they fuck around and it's wrong, it's never personal. Yeah. And I think that's the big important thing. It's like artists, we're all sensitive a little bit to a certain extent, you know, where we put our heart and souls into all of this stuff. Yeah. But if you're able to communicate that, like, hey, no, this is just, we're having fun. We need to serve the project. Sometimes it's great to fuck around and find out, but sometimes it will be wrong, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's such a hard balance to strike when you have a production going and you've got a team of, I don't know how many people are on your team, but a glitch, but
like how big would you say your team is on average?
I'd say I started and all of Glitch was like 30 people. Now we're like over 100.
Okay.
And it's like at most working on Gaslight, it's
Yeah.
probably like 50 people at a
Okay,
time.
50 people. So you've got a room of 50 people, 50 artists, everyone with like different dispositions. And you have to be able to facilitate an environment where they feel rewarded for being there, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone
Yeah.
has different things that like trigger that reward
Yes.
chemical.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to know. There's no one
Yeah.
way to handle it, you know?
No.
There's no one way to make an artist feel valued.
No.
And
Well,
yeah,
directing, it's like a communication job above anything else,
yeah.
right? Like you need to be hyper aware and vigilant of like what makes that artist tick
Mhm.
and how they respond to notes. Like I can be a little rougher with some of the artists versus other ones who I need
Yeah,
to be a bit more sensitive with, but like
yeah,
it's not that they're more sensitive, it's just they respond better to this because they're a fucking person and
yeah,
yeah, everyone responds differently to everything. So you just kind of got to be aware and be I really want to be friends with everyone.
yeah.
It's getting like harder when I started the original team that I started with.
Mhm.
I'm buddies with all of them and I'm really
Yeah,
grateful I got to like continue hanging out with them and stuff. But the more people join, the harder it is and the more I just have to kind of suss it out
yeah.
through like reviews and just like what kind of art they made. It's just it's tough. It's challenging.
Yeah, I remember like some the when I was art directing on Midnight Gospel,
Hmm.
and some of the artists would come up to me like for a scene or whatever. Some of the background artists would come up to me and they'd be like, so what do you think, like what kind, you know, what kind of shape language should I be doing here and color language should I be doing here or whatever? And
Hmm.
sometimes I'd be like, yeah, what do you think, what would be cool, you know, to do here, you know? And I'd
Hmm.
be trying to like collaborate with them to find it.
Yeah.
And some of them would be like, fucking hell yeah, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
And some of them would give me a dirty look, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, really? Okay. You just want me
Hmm.
to say exactly what to do so you can just punch the clock and
Yeah,
and and
and leave.
and crank it out and leave, and you know what I mean? It's almost like offensive to that person that I would
Yeah,
put that responsibility on them,
yeah,
which wasn't what I
yeah.
was trying to do. I was trying to do this
Nope.
like kumbaya art camp
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're all
No,
just gonna go
exactly.
crazy in here and it's gonna be awesome. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that was my feeling. But
Hmm.
some people, I realized pretty quickly, like some people don't like that. And
No. No.
so I had to treat them different. I had to be like, okay, for this person, I'm
Yeah.
telling them
Give them
yeah,
exactly what you're after, so they can execute that.
yeah,
No. I'm lucky that at Glitch everyone's incredibly collaborative, and I haven't
yeah,
had that issue at all.
yeah,
I'll never forget. I was working on music videos with a buddy, and we
mhm,
hired this storyboard artist. And during the music video, we wanted a fight scene
mhm,
to happen, and we were just like, oh, you know what? Like, let's just give it to them, see what they figure out, and see if they like. Let's just see them go nuts on it. Like, I would love to just go free reign on something like
yeah,
this. And I remember we handed it to them, and they're like, oh, what's this empty space?
yeah,
And we are like, oh, you can just do whatever you want here. And they're
yeah,
like, that no, no, fuck off. That's not what I'm paid here to do. Figure it out, and then I'll
yeah,
animate it. Don't do that shit to me.
yeah,
And we're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, okay, gotcha, dude. Loud and clear. Didn't like
yeah.
that.
That's
It's
funny.
weird
There's in this
sometimes.
thing I'm
Yeah.
working on right now, there's like a minute and a half empty space.
Mhm.
And it's just my friend Ian Laser, who's
Oh, awesome. I love
oh,
Ian.
you
Yeah, yeah,
know
he's
Ian.
cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've talked a few times. He's lovely.
So I'll show you, well, if this thing loads. A second, where is it? Hold on a second. Mm, mm, mm. Is it? Oh yeah, it's coming up. Sorry.
Sweet, no worries.
Oh yeah, it's just here. Ian Higginbottom's Sakuga section, and it's just like a minute and a half blank space.
Wait, where's that? Where are you posting it?
Oh, on my Twitch feed or whatever.
Oh, I'm on the YouTube feed, so
Oh,
I
okay. So it might be lagging.
might be a little behind.
So it's just a note to myself. It's just like empty space for a minute and a half. And
Gotcha.
it's just, I reached out to Ian. I was like, hey man, do you have time to storyboard some crazy action stuff? And I just gave him the beginning and where it ends up. And I'm like, whatever you want to do in this minute and a half, just go for it. So
That's cool.
I'm just waiting for him to do it,
Yeah.
But I'm Jay Moining it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's
So,
cool.
and I trust Ian. I've been a fan of Ian's work for a long time. So I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever he does is going to be sick and better than
Yeah, it's gonna
better
roll.
than what I would do if I tried to board a crazy anime action scene. So, yeah, that's like, but he's the kind of guy who's like
He's up for the challenge. He's down for
up
that.
for that kind of creative freedom and
Yeah.
flexing his muscles, or his
Yeah.
storyboard
Yeah,
muscle.
yeah.
So you just have to find people like that who because I'm fucking I'm pretty mediocre. Oh, thanks for the follow. I'm pretty mediocre when it comes to boarding action stuff, so I just like
Okay.
trying to stay in my lane.
Yeah. Well, just know what you do best, and I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that Sakuga action is like even your interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that just it's just not aligned there. Just makes
Yeah,
sense.
I love watching it, and I'm like, okay, if I were to put this kind of thing in my, it's funny because the producer of this thing didn't know I was gonna do that, and he emailed me. He was like, "What if you put a crazy anime action scene in there?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm already doing that."
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
But cool, man. Yeah. Okay, so you got like 50 people on your project approximately.
Yeah. About.
And I didn't know Glitch kept an in-house team. That's cool.
Yeah.
So they use the same
All
people
in-house.
for everything. They use the same people for everything.
On the 3D side, yeah. So like Goose and I share the same team for Digital Circus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Digital Circus is done now, so
Yeah,
Goose
yeah.
is, chilling out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like on the 2D side, however, they all have their own teams, which is like they're doing different kind of. They're trying something out. It's working.
Yeah, they handpick.
So,
they have their collaborators. So
Yeah.
Glitch wasn't used to building out an in-house 2D team, so they might. So whoever's working on what's that one called, the
Knights of Guinevere.
Knights of Guinevere, like maybe those people would stay on as part of the Glitch team for 2D projects or something like that.
Yeah, when Knights of Guinevere is done and stuff. But there's
Yeah.
also Gameoverse, which is like the newest show, and
Yeah.
that's all of like Ross's people and stuff. So it's
okay.
like, yeah, it's just like it's interesting too because like Knights of Guinevere, it's a bunch of like Dana's like industry friends, so it's
Yeah.
all like LA industry people.
Yeah.
And then Gameoverse, it's all like Ross's internet Newgrounds friends.
Right.
So it's like two very different worlds of talent coming together. It's interesting.
Yeah, like those people, the LA. Well, I guess nobody beggars can't be choosers right now. I mean, I think anyone in the LA professional whatever industry scene is probably just being like, "Fucking put me on whatever, man." Like,
yeah.
At this point,
Well, Knights of Guinevere is a cool one to be put on too.
yeah,
So
I think most people.
it's a
I mean, some
luxury.
people would. I've known people that are like, I will never stop being a revisionist on Family Guy or whatever.
Yeah,
because they're like they like the stability of it. But when
I have a buddy on Big Mouth who was just like chilling. He was like a super talented guy, and he's like, I don't care. I'm a background artist on Big Mouth.
Yeah.
It pays the bills and chill out. Every spinoff he works on, and he loves it.
Yeah, I could not do that.
Nope, that's not for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for me.
I wish I had the capacity to do something like that, but I just when I hear someone say that to me, I'm like, I get like chills,
Yeah, because I get bored quick, and like I always want to be challenged. I'm a sicko for punishment who likes to chew on a little more than I can handle at all times.
For sure.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And like it feels good. So yeah. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. But I mean all the LA people who had cushy Disney jobs are everyone's out. Like there isn't much happening, so people are willing to take a pay cut to at least work on something cool,
Yeah.
And at this point I'm like yeah, if I get offered, if I get like every time I get offered a more steady thing, it's weird. I kind of
Mhm.
say like, "Hey, I'll work part-time and I'll do a little bit
Yeah.
just to get my enough to get my union health insurance re-upped."
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
otherwise, I just want to make like independent
Yeah, weird shit.
weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could just do that forever, that'd be, that's like that's the
That's the
dream.
goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. Yeah, the dream right now for me is just like make Gaslight as good as I can. I'm gonna kill
Yeah.
myself for this project
Yeah.
because like this is my first big project.
Yeah.
I can't fuck around with this one.
Yeah.
I need to do whatever I can to make it as good as I can. Then every project after this,
Hmm.
I can rely on like a lot more help and like
Yeah.
make it a little more lo-fi or a little smaller or
Hmm.
just something that I can handle with the team a little bit better. But this one, it's like I gotta treat it this way.
For sure, man.
And yeah, I'm on it for like 2 more years, then production should kind of be done.
Okay.
And then it's new projects. I just want to sell a bunch of projects. Like my weekends right now,
Yeah.
I'm just spending like working on little like micro pitches of just like 2 days, come up with a project.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Like who cares what it is? Just make it weird and cool. And
Yeah.
then that weekend's over and it's like, okay, cool. I'm wrapping this up in a little bow. Hopefully this gets developed later. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, you're doing the thing, man. It's like
Doing it.
you're doing the independent, it's your idea. You got a budget to
Yeah.
make a series. Like
Yeah.
that you can't really ask for, unless like there's not much else you could really ask for
No.
unless it was like you got, the only other scenario I can think of is like, you get to direct the live action adaptation of some
Moana or whatever.
Moana or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you
Moana
make
2
you get
next.
paid like $10 million, and then you're like, well, I'm
Exactly.
set for life now. I did
Yeah.
that fucking piece of shit thing, but
Yeah.
but I got paid, and now I could just
Exactly.
oil paint in my backyard for the rest of my life or whatever.
Yeah. No, I want to go that like kind of if I could have it my way, I'd do that like Wes Anderson grind
Yeah.
where it's just like a bunch of like moderate successes.
Hmm.
Just like people sleep on the moderate success.
Yeah,
People
man.
are either like it's got to be the fucking blockbuster or it's like a fucking failure. And it's like no, moderate success is kind of peak. And
Yeah.
it's where it's at because you get to do it again and again and again and again. And if you just keep on stacking up those moderate successes,
Mhm.
it's just you eventually strike gold.
Yeah.
So as long as nothing, and I feel like you can't help but get a moderate success if you put your love and soul into it, no matter what. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like that's just in the destiny
Well,
of it
I
all.
always I
Like,
judge success. To me, success is like how proud are you of the thing
Exactly.
you made, and
yeah,
like, and also did it affect someone in a good way that
yeah,
witnessed it or whatever, and that can
exactly.
be,
Did it touch someone?
did it touch someone, and that could be like one person.
Yeah,
And to
yeah.
me, that's success. Like as
Mhm.
an artist, like affecting at least one other person that didn't know you. and
That's awesome.
and then them saying, hey man, this thing really like impacted me, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, it was worth doing,
No, exactly.
and anything beyond that. So I actually was talking about this the other day, this idea of like moderate success, and this idea that like it's cool. I mean, so everything on top of moderate success is icing on the cake, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, it's fucking awesome to get paid a bunch of money, and you know what I mean, and that's great. But as far as like fulfillment, like, oh, did I live my life correctly or whatever? It's as an artist
Exactly.
is if you can manage to finish something and then maybe like reach a small group of people that understood what you were getting at.
Yeah,
To me,
they picked up what you put down.
Yeah, they picked up what you put down. To me, that is success.
Yeah.
And then this idea of like even people like Guy Madden. I don't know if you know that
No.
Canadian filmmaker Guy Madden.
No.
He's been around for decades, like making independent films. The dude,
Yeah.
he's made he made a movie called I think it was called The Saddest Music in the World or whatever. And
Great name.
yeah, he just makes like really freaky, like idiosyncratic
Cool.
movies, and
Okay.
and that have a sensibility that's very niche.
Yeah.
And they're funny. They're usually comedies in a way that is very particular to him, is not part of the zeitgeist at all, you know?
Oh, cool. Yeah,
And
cool.
but he's managed to make films over and over again throughout his career, but
There you
he
go.
lives like check to check. Like
Aha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
he's not financially successful. He just manages
Mhm.
to make stuff, you know? And there's a bunch of
Yeah.
these like independent filmmakers like that around the country. I'm trying to think of some other examples, but like some of these like sort of mumblecore guys who just like manage
Mhm.
to make one film and get enough financing to make the next one,
Doing
you
another
know?
one. That's exactly, yes, exactly.
And
That's where my head's at right now. I just want to be
yeah,
able to do it again. As long as I can do it again,
yeah,
I'll be happy. I never want to stop doing this.
yeah. As long as if you have the opportunity, you get the opportunity to make shit that would
Hmm.
be like hard to do without a team or whatever. That's like a win, you know?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you know, like my brother's been making a live action film for like 5 years. He's got a crew of
Yeah.
people that all believe in him. And
This is the hiking one.
no, this one is called Always Crying, Always in Love. And
Cool.
it's sort of like a semi-autobiographical story,
Hmm.
but he's been financing it for like 5 years, just like a couple $1,000 here, a couple $1,000 there. And
Cool.
but then he's got this dedicated crew of people that are like, yeah, we're down to fucking work on this whenever you can, you know? And then
That's
they
awesome.
finished, you know, they're
Yeah.
editing it right now. So to me, that's like the spirit of whatever creative,
Yeah.
uh, uh, you know,
Ambitions, maybe, or like,
yeah, like even
yeah,
my mom has written a couple books, and
that's awesome.
she kind of, she wrote them in Japanese. She's Japanese, so she wrote them in Japanese,
Cool.
and you know, with a small Japanese publisher. And
Hmm.
she was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I wish, like, you know, I think in her mind, the idea of success is like getting on the Oprah Club book.
Yeah, it's number one top seller, whatever, and
Yeah, and then
those achievements, those little trophies.
yeah, but I was telling her, I was like, dude, but for a fact, like, there's these people have written her letters, being like, your book really affected me, like,
Oh, that's lovely.
you know, stuff like that. Like, she might not have
Yeah.
sold a lot of books, but she had this like really positive impact on a
Yeah.
certain group of people that came across her book.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember telling her, I was like, you did it. Like that's success. Like that's,
Hmm.
you made a creative, you finished this like creative work that was in your mind. You put it out there into the world, and some people saw it and really positively responded to it. That's like,
Yeah.
you know, so to me, I don't know. I try to keep that in my mind whenever
Yeah.
like uh whenever I make a pilot that doesn't fucking get made or whatever, you know,
Hmm.
like Manly or whatever.
Yeah.
I made one episode of Manly, and
I love Manly, by the way. I was
oh,
affected by
thanks.
it. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
I
still
love your shit, by the way. I've been
thanks,
following
man.
you since I
Thanks.
was like in college and stuff. So
Thanks. I
you
appreciate
affected
it.
me.
Okay, cool, man. uh but you know, like I made Manly in like 2014 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to this day, people are like, yo, oh fuck, you made Manly or whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit,
Manly
like people
rules.
have seen this thing that
Yeah.
to me was a heartbreak, you know, because
Yeah. Yeah.
we made the pilot, which was, oh, thank you very much, you know, that's a
Hmm.
blessing unto itself. But like, so I'm glad I got the opportunity to even make it, the pilot.
Yeah.
But we were very close to getting we were greenlit.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
We were greenlit for like 16 episode series by Verve, the
What? Yeah.
that old streaming company. and then they got bought out by AT&T
Oh my
and then
God. Okay.
canceled us. And this is like such a common story in fucking,
Dude, no, this is
you know,
exactly what happened to Olin as well and
yeah.
stuff with like, oh my, no, that is insane how much that happens.
Yeah, but I remember we all had a party. We went to fucking Bob's Big Boy with the animation house that was going
Nice.
to animate it, or whatever, the Canadian
Yeah.
animation company. They came down to LA to fucking have a veggie burger and fries with us at Big Boy's or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we fucking did it. And my brother moved out to LA to like work on it with me, you know?
Oh my
And
God.
then and then you know, and then Eric from Frederator calls me and he's like, hey man, shit's fucked up. Like, it's not
Uh,
happening. And then I was just like, you
yeah,
know,
devastated, I can imagine.
yeah, I was just like in the couch, man, for you know, for a couple of days, just being like, okay, get up, champ, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, to me, I was like, that is the story I've always heard about development
Yeah.
in LA. So I should have expected something like that to happen. It's so common.
Mhm.
And so I just like took that. I was like, I have to make sure that I understand that getting something greenlit is so, it's like winning the lottery. It's like so rare.
It is. It is
And
really, really rare.
and you can get very close to it a lot of times, and so many people
Yeah.
do get really close to it. So you know, but I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly, but I think like the the I've had the like one like really nice opportunities to just even develop stuff or make pilots and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And but yeah, man, it's when it actually pops off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so
Pretty nice.
yeah, it's pretty nice, and I'm sure the reception to it, the series is going to be great, and
Yeah.
and then hopefully you can make another season, and not lose your have your eyeballs crack or whatever from the strain of
Yeah, exactly.
looking
Yeah,
at your
yeah.
Cintiq or whatever.
Yeah. No,
uh,
hopefully.
yeah, and just like the idea of like being able to, but like you said, the sort of Wes, even though I'm sure Wes Anderson has made so much money over, like not maybe from his
Well, of course now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know if like from his movies directly or from like side like sponsorship deals and shit. Who
I
knows? You
have
know,
no clue.
he's probably directed a bunch of commercials and gotten paid tons of money. Like maybe
He's made some pretty cool commercials. Yeah, very, very artful ones. Like he did one. Fuck, what was it for? It was. Did you see the one with the like Italian racer who
no,
ends up in his little village? That one's
no.
lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. That one's really, really nice.
I almost would guess he made more money off making commercials than making his movies. That's
Probably.
I don't know. Well, back in the day of DVD sales, maybe he made a bunch of money off of DVD stuff, but
Yeah.
um
But I can't imagine something like Isle of Dogs made any money, right? Like that was such an expensive, gorgeous thing.
yeah.
Like how does even how many fucking ticket sales was it take to make something like that financially successful?
I don't know, and all
Yeah.
the actors work at scale. Like they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're willing to get paid like 1/10 of what we usually do to
Oh,
be.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They just want to work on his shit.
Yeah,
Which that alone, if you just make such gorgeous stuff that people are willing to just put into it for the culture, that's a
yeah,
huge win. Your stuff doesn't even need to make money at that point. It just needs to be gorgeous,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see like how much, because I was surprised to know that I don't think like there have been many. I don't know if any David Lynch movies ever turned a profit.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
but he's like,
They're amazing, but no way.
I think I've heard that like all of his movies have lost money, but he had so much like cultural cachet
Yeah.
that these like companies were just willing to let him make movies because they were like,
Yeah.
well, you're the only guy like this, so we're just gonna
Hmm.
let you make movies. Even though we don't make our money back when you put one
Yeah,
out, you know. Like I think even his most popular movies like Mulholland Drive, like I don't think made a profit in the theater.
I can't imagine. What
Yeah.
didn't he make? What was the one with the guy driving across country on his lawnmower? What was that
Oh,
one?
Straight Story.
Yeah, that one. That was that a
Yeah,
Disney thing? Am I
that was a
crazy? Was
Disney.
that a,
Yeah, Disney movie. Yeah,
that's weird. That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Like what the hell?
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and like what about like Twin Peaks? Like that might have
Well,
made
Twin Peaks. Yeah, I think
that must have
that's the
made
most
money,
popular
right?
thing he ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure he made at least like again that was back on network TV. So I think that they probably
Right?
made money. Maybe he made his most
Yeah.
money doing Twin Peaks than anything. Well, he probably got paid a lot to make Dune.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, the dude was rich, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I somehow
It doesn't
these.
start that way, you know what I mean? It doesn't start that way. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta how do you make enough weird little movies, weird little niche things till eventually you get enough to just sustain off of it forever, right? Like that's the interesting puzzle, and I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be
well,
unique kind of for everyone, right?
Making Dune was his like Moana,
There you go. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever, or what was the other one with the blue guy?
yeah. Onward.
No, the blue
Blue
alien
guy.
Disney guy with the big teeth.
I have no idea.
What's it called?
Elio?
No, it came out a
Blue,
couple
oh,
years ago. It was the guy who directed Marcel the Shell made it. Fucking I get it confused with Moana.
I don't know.
What is that movie called? Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, Stitch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, was there a live action one?
There was a live action Lilo and Stitch. It actually like
Oh.
was a huge hit. It made like
Oh.
$1 billion or whatever.
Good for him. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know, but it's the guy
Yeah,
who
whatever.
made Marcel the Shell,
Okay.
which was like
Oh, Marcel the Shell, the like little A24 thing?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
So I'm sure he didn't make a lot of money off of Marcel the Shell.
Oh.
Probably not. But then he got his huge payday with the Lilo and Stitch movie, you know?
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
So that's why when Penn texted me a couple of years ago being like, do you want to direct the Clash of Clans movie?
Oh my god, okay.
And I was like, yes. So he tried to recommend me as the director because he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. But he was like, Jesse will do it. But they never reached out to me.
Interesting.
And now I think it's
weird.
a TV show instead of a movie.
Okay.
But I was like, I'll eat shit for 4 years.
Yeah. No, easily.
Yeah.
If it means that it's the like you got to eat shit that's worth it, right? Like
yeah.
Yeah,
it's a trade-off.
If it's gonna be a weird thing, yeah, it's a trade-off. Exactly.
But if it's a thing
I
that's
remember
like,
when I was doing,
yeah, if it sets me up for the next like 20 years of my life, then
the nest egg. Yeah. Fuck it. No, fuck it. Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I've never even played Clash of Clans. Like I don't
know. I don't know what goes into that shit.
I know.
Is there anything you would be interested in adapting that would be kind of fun and not a like eat shit project?
You know, because after I made a pilot called Hungry Ghost with Warner Brothers, like 2 years ago or whatever. And
I know that one.
I was in development. It came out on they put it on their YouTube channel, Hungry Ghost, on the Warner Brothers TV channel. But I made that pilot for them. That was like 2023, I think.
Yeah.
And and I was in development with them for like a year, and then afterwards they were like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. And then they were like, but we want you to pitch more stuff, but it has to be it should be something, an IP, you know?
Yeah, IP project and stuff. Yeah.
Like they needed more of a sure shot thing.
Yeah.
And they also wanted me to try to work with people on the Warner Brothers like music roster as a way of like way of like generating attention or whatever. They were like, think of anyone. fucking huge, any huge musician, right? So my
Yeah.
idea was, I was like, I want to do a musical version, adaptation of Paradise Lost,
Oh, fun.
and
Yeah.
starring Sabrina Carpenter. That was
There
my.
you go.
So I was trying to just
That's
like, I
nuts.
was like,
Yeah.
here's an old book. Okay, maybe no one cares about this book anymore, but Sabrina Carpenter, you know, that
That's
was my.
really funny.
And I pitched that to the Warner Brothers people, and they were like, well, I didn't pitch it. I just emailed them like, what do you think of
Yeah.
this? Paradise Lost, Sabrina Carpenter. What do you think of that? And then they were like, haha, that sounds fun. And then they never
Yeah.
texted me back.
The
I was like, I
average.
don't know what you want. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the average like general meeting kind of vibe. You just show
Yeah.
them something and they're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. I realized, like, I was like, I don't think I know. I'm not on the wavelength. And I'm not going to just sit there and like keep spamming emails, guessing
No.
what they want,
Yeah,
you
no.
know?
Yeah.
I got one. Remake of Phantom of the Opera starring Timothy Chalamet. That would be cool. Wait, what was I thinking of adapting the other day? I was just thinking of like what I would do to adapt the Odyssey, because that movie's coming
Oh,
out.
fun.
And I was thinking about some things I would do, because I'm probably going to go see the Christopher Nolan one,
Yeah, I'm
just
curious
because
about
I
it,
just
yeah.
love the story and I want to fucking see
Mhm.
it. But it does look really gray, you know, like sort of like a
Yeah.
muted palette, kind of.
Well, it's the modern day color grade, like film
Yeah.
everything as neutral as possible and we'll zhuzh it up in post and then never do
Yeah,
it.
and they don't do it. They just keep it
Yeah.
everything muted and looking like a
Yeah.
military movie, kind of. You know?
Yeah.
Everything looks like Call of Duty or whatever.
Just very neutral and boring.
Yeah, and I'm like, and
Where's the color?
yeah, and I actually enjoy watching Christopher Nolan movies. Like, I'm not a hater or anything. Even though like I think a lot of his films are sort of half baked, conceptually half baked or whatever, but I still have fun every time I go to see one of his movies. I'm just sitting there being like, I'm on a roller coaster ride, and I enjoy
Oh
it.
no, of course, yeah. They're fun.
I totally enjoy going to see his movies. So I'm like, it'll probably, regardless of the color grading on this film, it'll probably still be.
You'll have a good time.
Yeah. But I was thinking like, oh, what would I do different, and things like that. If I had if I had the opportunity to adapt the Odyssey, because no one's been able to really do it yet.
No,
there was like a Armand Assante made for TV adaptation that sucked.
No, totally.
No,
adapting stuff is interesting. The one thing I would have killed to adapt, and sadly I'll never get the opportunity to it because Jacksepticeye is doing it, but it's Bloodborne.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking the coolest thing ever would be to adapt Moby Dick, but in Bloodborne, and you're chasing the fucking nightmare whale in your dream, and you can only wake up when you've caught the whale.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, it'd be so nuts. Imagine this, like, sea of dreams and this giant pirate ship. Like, it'd be nuts. I wish. I had this brewing for a while, and then I, like, the Jacksepticeye news came out, and I was like, oh, well, fuck, there goes that.
Yeah.
But that'd be so sick.
Yeah, Bafano said My Life in the Bush with Ghosts. Yeah, actually, I thought about adapting that author Amos Tutuola's other book, the Palm Wine Drinker.
I don't know
but
this.
Nobody knows it.
The Palm Wine Drinker.
Palm Wine Drinker. He was an African author, and it's one of my favorite books. It's so funny and it's so crazy, and it's like a African myth. It's based on something like I forget where he was from in Africa, but his local sort of like mythology stuff. But
okay, cool.
It's told in a way that it's so linear. There's no plot it's just shit is
Stream of consciousness
it's very
mythos.
stream of consciousness. It's just like shit happens that is crazy,
Yeah.
one thing after another, and it has such a cool cadence to it, and it's so fun.
Cool.
It's really funny, and
Yeah.
and just like one cinematically imaginative idea after another, and all of his books are sort of like that. My Life in the Bush of Ghosts is like that too.
Cool.
So I would love to adapt that. I actually tried to, me and my friend John Walsh tried to make a video game adaptation of it once, but John and I have tried to make a video game like 5 times and never follow through.
Okay.
We've never followed through with it. So, but he's from
Making
Nigeria.
a game's a whole can of worms.
Yeah, I have no follow through with any of my video game ideas. I just like
Yeah. Have you ever done like a game jam, something like smaller that you can just kind of tackle in a week with some buddies?
No, I probably should try to do that to get some sort of like foot in the door with that kind of stuff. But
it's fun. You won't make anything crazy. It won't be
Yeah.
anything like spectacular, but it'll be a game at the end of the day. I've done that with some buddies, and it's fun.
Cool.
But it's always just like, oh, this is some fun little piece of shit.
Yeah, I was trying.
But it's done. So
I was trying to make a dating simulator.
Oh, fun.
And like, I just lost steam on it. I had a programmer working with me, and he's like, I just dropped the ball. I just lost steam. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it happens. You're doing so much. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, if I dropped everything, I could work on it, but I just can't. It's too hard.
Yeah. How spread thin are you right now? Like, how much stuff are you working on?
I'm making 3 mini-sodes of Jesus 2.
Sick.
And I'm doing the storyboard for the adaptation of Forming, the first episode.
Cool.
So this is 22-minute like for animatic that we're gonna make. And then I think we might do finished animation for like 30 seconds of it or something as a proof of concept.
Proof of concept. Yeah, little vertical stuff.
I think,
for the Forming one?
Yeah, for the Forming one. So Forming is taking up most of my days, and then also I'm working with this production company Starburns to pitch a show we've been in development with for like 9 years or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And Starburns will just like go radio silent for 3 years and then just be like, hey man, we still want to do Alone. It's called Alone. And I'm like, wait, what? Alone? I haven't touched that in 3 years. And then all of a sudden now they're really pushing for it. So I have to like,
but that's not Dan Harmon's production company, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it is that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think Dan left, but it was where they first did the first 2 seasons of Rick and Morty.
Oh, cool. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Damn. So I'm like so spread thin. I can barely work on all this stuff. I'm sort of prioritizing the Forming stuff and then hiring people to help me finish this Jesus 2 stuff because I'm just so spread thin.
Yeah.
So all the money I'm making doing this, I'm spending to get people to help me to finish the Jesus 2 stuff. It's just like money moving around.
Yeah. That's the indie way. Sadly.
Yeah. Just money.
It's like all the would you do a Kickstarter, or was that how the first Jesus 2 got made? It wasn't through a Kickstarter, was it?
No, I did crypto and
holy shit.
Yeah. And I made enough money to fucking make Jesus 2, yeah.
All right, sure, fuck it, that's awesome.
But I cannot. That's not a replicable business model. That was like a one-time shot, basically. Yeah. So the Jesus 2 stuff, the new stuff, the mini-sodes I'm making are being funded by Animation Plus. If you've heard of those guys.
Yes.
Yes. But they gave me an extremely small budget to make it, and and so that money is gone already, and I'm just spending the money because I got the Bardo optioned my book. So the money I made from that, I'm spending to finish Jesus 2.
Like the new printing of forming.
Yeah, no, so they Fantagraphics is putting that out.
Yeah.
The advanced Fantagraphics gave me for my book is enough to pay my editor.
Oh, a new book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm not making unless forming sells crazy numbers for some reason. I'm probably never going to make any money off of forming.
Gotcha.
But Bardo bought the rights, the animation rights to it. So they're paying me to storyboard the pilot.
Cool.
So I am getting some money from them, and then that money.
Yeah.
But then all that
is all going into Jesus 2.
is all going. I'm putting that into Jesus 2 because Animation Plus didn't give me enough money to make these shorts. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's the same kind of budget as like the Adult Swim Smalls. Like it's just
like
they give you a
that.
sandwich and they're like, okay,
Yes.
figure it out.
It's basically the same budget as the Adult Swim Smalls to make these things.
Yeah. And those aren't crazy.
Yeah. No, it's like $5,000 $5,000, I think, Adult Swim Smalls, 4 or 5,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm trying to make this trailer. So the thing is, like, I'm making this 1.5-minute trail Jesus 2 trailer. And that's where most of the budget money is going to, because I want to make the trailer like good to like, you know, hopefully be like, okay, some people saw the pilot I made, but then this is the thing that makes you think there's more to it, you know.
How long are the minisodes?
Minisodes are like 1.5 minutes, something like that.
Oh, not bad. Okay. Not
yeah bad. And the trailer is like 1.5 minutes.
Oh, cool. And the trailer, I'm assuming, is stuff from those minisodes.
No, the trailer is its own thing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's like I just thought of scenes I would want to do if I got to make a show.
Yeah, that's what I did with Gaslight too. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully
that's like the most fun kind of thing to make. It's just like, okay, all the set pieces, all the cool moments that I want to hit. Okay, boom, 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 sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, cool, man. Well, I don't want to force you to stay on here forever. So, but thanks for jumping on and talking shop about making your show.
No, absolutely, dude. If you want to talk more about the like little help with the VizDev stuff, feel free to hit me up. It'd be very fun.
You cut off.
Did you know? I love doing that kind of stuff. I'd just love to help.
Yeah.
That'd be
I will
really sick.
I will definitely like maybe at one point we could do I'll DM you on Discord and you could like show me some of your 3D pipeline process or something.
Yeah, we could always jam out too and just like fuck around with the shader and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the shader. I'd love to see your approach to that for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love to share that with you. Because any way I could help out.
I think everyone's trying to figure out their like 3D shader pipeline.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Especially after Arcane came out, I feel like.
Oh yes. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Arcane, Spider-Verse, all that stuff. Like it's so sick. Also, like, did you see Promare? That was pretty cool with the 3D.
I didn't see Promare.
No. It's dumb, but it's awesome.
Okay.
Imaishi is like the king of like action 3D right now. Like Cyberpunk uses a bunch of 3D. It's cool. I could go on for ages about it. I study the shit out of that stuff. That's that's my jam. Yeah, I'd love to share it. Yeah, one day just hit me up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hit you up. Yeah, let me know. I'll just DM you randomly and then whenever you're available.
Yeah, sick.
Sweet. Well, good talking to you, man. I think I'm going to stop streaming because I've been streaming for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, no stress. I'm going to head.
All right.
I'm going to head too. Okay. Peace out, dude.
Peace out. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Well, that was cool. Very surprising. I knew him from years ago. He reached out to me. Or I reached out to him because I maybe saw something he did online on Instagram or something like that. And then we just started talking. But we haven't talked in a while, so my memory is fucking garbage. So But I was like, part-time Seagull. I know who that is. Who is that? Yeah. And that's awesome. He's doing this like big thing. That's crazy, man. All right. I'm gonna stop streaming. But good to hang in with everybody, and hope you got some cool insights into independent animation. And the company that's sort of like doing it the most successfully right now. Word. All right. Bye. Have a good night.